Guys, makeup clear, wardrobe clear. Wardrobe guys clear. 1 second. Here we go. Here we go, right away guys. Everyone's ready. See a thumbs up over there? Yeah. Just keep in mind the chase is on, right? Ready, and action! Pause, pause, pause!
Okay, it's day one for the production of Heist. It's very cold, it's very wet, but the rain has stopped. The sun is starting to come out, so I think we're gonna get started. As you can see behind me, we have a whole bunch of Porsche cars, and we're getting ready to drive these things out onto a dam.
Once we decided to go to the big game, we knew that we needed a commercial that's worthy of this very big event in the US. And it had to be worthy of Porsche too. And we wanted to make it fun. And that's why we decided, let's take a series of iconic Porsches and race them and have them race each other. We very quickly set in the location, we thought it has to be filmed in Germany. That's the home of Porsche. That's where the museum is with all its jewels. That's where Porsche was basically founded.
The Heist obviously is composed of quite a few interesting cars of our past. One of them, the 918 Spider, the super sports car of the last decade. And the Taycan is in the same heist with that car, being chased by it. The Carrera GT, the decade before that, the super sports car, very emotional, very visceral. It's my favorite. And it's the favorite of many other Porsche enthusiasts. A 917K that was built purposely for 1971, the Le Mans 24-hour race. So all these cars are basically the shoulders of our brand that this brand then sits on and stands on. And that's with the Taycan, of course, it is not allowed to step back even an inch of those heroes that we see in the Heist.
You can jump into the 992 or Taycan, turn the key, and here we go. But to fire up a 917 or an old RSR, there's a lot of pre-work. You need a lot of technicians. You need special technicians to work on this car, and you have to handle it very careful. You have to work with it. You need a sense for it. That's why we have a special driver like Lars Kern, the Formula Works driver from Porsche. He's the only one who can drive this car on sets like this, because it's not a race situation. Normally these cars are built for hit the throttle and go as fast as you can. And here you need timing, keep your distances. Obviously it's creative, and all of a sudden somebody says, oh, don't go from left, go from right. The timing and everything, so that's pretty hard.
Let's not forget the 917 also doesn't go backwards because it doesn't have a reverse gear, because you don't need that in racing. So imagine every time you had to reshoot, you had to pull back the car manually.
So we've got a Russian arm today. We're going to be using that to film some of the chase sequence. Behind me, you can probably see a drone. That's one of the cameras we're going to be using. We're actually going to be shooting the finale of the commercial, where you're going to see a car that has an e-brake come out and cut off the stolen Taycan. So it's going to be a big moment.
Woo, that's a special car, not just any car. That's the bad boy car. Yeah, when I say bad boy, I don't mean from any bad boys, but the bad boys. You know, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. So right about now, I feel like a little kid in a sweet shop right about now, sitting in that car, I'm telling you.
How cool is it that we have the Bad Boys 3 car in there with the modified handbrake? I think Andre particularly had a lot of fun with that.
Handbrake!
Here we go, wait guys, wait. Cass, wait for my action please, here we go. Here we go, we're set, ready, and action! Pause!
Getting ready to shoot one of the ending scenes where the Schlepper tractor is going to finally catch up with the rest of the chase.
It was the very first opportunity that we had to see what the cars can do and not do. You have to imagine it was the very first time we had these 10 cars together.
day 2 of the heist. Today we have beautiful weather. It's a little bit cold, but we're hoping that it warms up throughout the day. Right now we're shooting a sequence on the dam. It's going to be the ending shot where our thief drives the Taycan onto the dam, reveals that he's actually one of the security guards. It's going to be a pretty cool sequence.
Who wants to be the bad guy next?
I'll take that, thank you.
You're welcome, bad guy.
What?
So we've got about 80 crew members today. We've got 8 Porsche cars, 5 actors, so it's going to be a good day.
Outdoor set. Here we go. Watch your radios. Ready and action.
I gotcha.
Who wants to be the bad guy next?
What? That looked right. What you just did, just make that your turn. Not this. I'm saying that little. You like her. I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Just like, okay, right? Just let her pick it, right? I got you.
Who wants to be the bad guy next? Counting, cut. Reset. Towel, dry off the top of the car, please.
We just want to keep speeding these up, yeah? Okay.
Ready and action.
Day 3 of the heist shoot, and we are at the museum. We've been able to shut down the entire facility so that we can do an overnight shoot both inside and outside.
So we're going from sunset to sunrise. Right now we're inside. We've got fog machines, we've got lights. We're going to film this really cool sequence where the Porsche Taycan gets taken from an exhibit and the guards start freaking out. And we're going to see them jump into these really cool Porsche cars and go after the car.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna just get into my Spider.
I'ma remember that.
Wait, which car should I drive? You got this one.
And action!
I'ma remember that.
Waiting set. Reset.
You should be projected, right? So you're talking over these engines. If there's a headlight on, there's a car firing up, right? So we just want to keep that energy.
What's very special about our car collection is that most of our cars are still in running condition, which means we don't actually use the cars only in the exhibition, we use it all around the world.
Our concept of the museum is not that we just have artifacts that sit there and you can look at them. All these cars you can actually drive. And the cars that you see in the spot are actually cars that were part of the exhibition of the museum.
Yeah, we would highly appreciate if you could bring back the cars.
My car. My car.
Your car.
Look at you, see that? See what you just did?
Oh, yeah.
You just did it again.
Yeah.
It's the middle of the night. We're outside the Porsche Museum in Stuttgart. Behind me, the museum cars are rehearsing the scene where they're going to blast out of the museum.
We had 10 cars exiting the museum into the Porsche Platz, which is basically a roundabout, and coordinating all these 10 cars plus the Russian armed car, which was a Cayenne, by the way, coordinated in sync, drifting all in sync, and that was not easy to get done.
At the end, when you step back after 1, 2, 3 hours rehearsal and you see the final scene, I mean, a drone is diving into this monument with the museum in the background, all cars on one spot.
And don't forget, it was cold and slippery and the conditions were actually not very safe to drive. So it was a huge logistical, complicated endeavor.
When I'm dreaming about doing a job like this as a stunt coordinator, I mean, that's the job.
All right, day 3 of the heist. We just wrapped.
We had a very long day. It started at 5 p.m. then at 5 a.m.
So it's 5 in the morning. We're cold,
Tired. And then we're ready for tomorrow. We shoot in, I think, less than 12 hours. Back at it for day 4.
We are in the Schlotzplatz in Stuttgart, Germany. Today we're going to be filming some interior shots of the drivers, the security guards who chase after the Taycan. Behind me you'll see a green screen. We're going to set up the cars, the actors, and we're going to get some great performance shots out of them.
CELINE is our hero female security guard, but she's also an amazing driver. I mean, she's the one that grabs the GT2 RS, and you can see it throughout the spot. She wheels that car with authority and precision and confidence and all the things that all of our female Porsche drivers possess.
Women are the better drivers, don't you think so? Yeah, that's my opinion. But we'll see.
Here we go, from the top.
So working with the whole cast and the whole team in general, just been amazing. Kind of all fit, everybody's found their own little characters, and we're working on this action movie. So the first day I was on 1 cup of coffee, second day 2 cups of coffee, and now I think it's my 10th.
Let's go again. Just start trying to put yourself in that loop, right?
Push you, because the idea is they come and they are all still in a race, and then they approach here, they see the cop cars, the cops are in lunch.
Hard break.
Hard break, and then like super slow, and they see the eyes, flashlights are coming in, and you know, 21, 23, 24, and then they accelerate.
We took all the cars to the Schlossplatz, which means really Palace Square in downtown Stuttgart. And usually it's an area where you cannot drive. And of course some of the cars cannot also be driven on the road, so we needed special permits to drive cars like the 917 on the Schlossplatz. So we had forbidden cars and forbidden places.
We only have a couple hours of nighttime left before the sun comes up. We still have about 4 shots left. Everyone's tired, but we're excited because this thing's gonna look fantastic.
Ready and action!
So one of the big challenges about Heist is it's such a huge production. 6 days, we're in about 5 locations.
We've got green screen work happening today, just like we did yesterday in a different location. So we're gonna have 2 crews going today at the same time. We've got our first and second unit parallel pathing to make sure that we get all done in one day. We've got a very busy day today.
Speed! Here we go, and action guys, we're driving straight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, break!
Turn that, see how you just turn that into a smile. Let it grow. Like a little mischievous, yes, like that, right? All right, here we go.
Break! Reset.
So when we came to Heidelberg, we decided to use one of the most iconic elements, landmarks of Heidelberg, which is that famous Roman bridge that was built like 2,000 years ago. And the bridge is normally closed down to traffic. They opened up the bridge for us to be able to drive with our Porsches. And believe it or not, this made the local news in the newspapers. Those crazy guys from Porsche.
Here's my question. Is there any way to back all these cars up and run that drone one more time and make this shot right?
Day 6 of the Heist, last day of shooting. We're in the village of Heppenheim. Taycan's gonna take the cars, the museum cars, through the village. It's gonna do a 180, and it's gonna do this awesome nose-to-nose sequence through the village, right by a bakery. Inside there's gonna be a little bakery woman who's got a bunch of pretzels.
The essence of the Porsche tractor, of course, is that up until the 50s, the 1950s, Porsche was producing more tractors than sports cars. And at one moment of time, we had to decide, are we going to be a sports car manufacturer or a tractor manufacturer? And I'm very happy it went the way it did.
Motor set. Here we go. Watch your radios. Ready and action.
was extremely complex with so many cars and so many variables. But we worked with Uwe, which is someone that we've been working with since 2006. So he's been an instrumental part of the Porsche team for a long time, and he has a lot of experience.
All right, day 6 in the heist. We just wrapped in the town of Heppenheim. We've got the last shot in just in time. As you can see, the sun was setting, so it was a full day. So it was a great day, a lot of challenging shots, but we had a great crew with us. We got it done, and that's a wrap on the heist.
This commercial basically involved more than 110 people, a mixture of a US and German team with a German stunt coordinator, and we needed local help, of course. It took 5 days to shoot, but we actually needed a total of 6 because we had to take a weather day. Maybe the most exciting thing about this whole project was it was almost surreal. And just the fact of going to the Super Bowl for a small company like Porsche, that is huge. It's something that happens every 20, 25 years. But we almost had to pinch ourselves sometimes and look at each other and say, are we really doing this? It was an amazing project for us, something that we'll be proud of for the years to come.
If I may sum up the sport or introduce the sport, I think it's almost like a pop culture, fun, thrilling experience in different cars from our past that played an important role in our history so far. To actually convey the idea that every Porsche is iconic. They are all unified in having a soul. And the soul of the Taycan is now electrified. And this builds a connection with a new generation and new audiences.
Thief. I'm sorry, I'm gonna just get into my Spider.
I'ma remember that.
Wait, which car should I drive?
You got this one.
My car.
My car.
My car.
Your car.
Let's go. Please tell me you saw that. Puppets not stopping nothing, so they mind getting hated with the can. Understand they illiterate. The truth is my.
Ik fris daar kein besseres Hähnchenfleisch. Das ist echt fantastisch.
Let's go. Oh, it's a beautiful day for a car chase. Feel the beat sent to me, courtesy of Women G. Tell the queen, feel the beat. So impressive with delivering my message. I don't need your respect. I don't beg for acceptance, cause I take what I need and never ask for permission. Make a class in session. Let's go.
Where you going?
Just a little sightseeing through the forest. I gotcha.
Who wants to be the bad guy next?
I'll take that, thank you.
You're welcome, bad guy.
What?
Guys, we gotta talk about the rules here. When we get back, we're having a meeting.
Let's go. I love this car.